Alright, what's up, familia? Welcome inside the Big Rig. Hope you guys are doing good. Keep in between the lines. Got your load secure. Alright, let's get into another scary trucker story. Let's see what we got.
I'm sure you've seen some of the more modern videos online where truckers will document their daily routines and provide tips for each other. Or maybe you haven't. But being as I'm on the younger side in this industry, every time I open TikTok or YouTube Shorts, that's all I see. I won't get into it, but I had to drop out of a pretty prestigious university for some personal reasons, and people always tell me I could have been more than a trucker. It's honestly not a bad gig, though.
Hold on there.
I've been making deliveries for north of 2 years. Obviously, the only strenuous part of the job is the long hours. You can never truly gauge how the isolation will affect you without experiencing it firsthand. My only advice would be to make peace with whatever demons might be lurking in your subconscious, because they'll definitely eat at your brain in the lonely hours.
Alright, I've said that plenty of times, Holmes. A trucker is not 9 to 5, for the most part, alright? Even if you're local, you're working many hours, dog. Many hours. It's not an easy life, dog. You're still away from home. Like I said, even if you're local, even if you're home every night, there are some jobs out there where, you know, you might just work 9-10 hours. But for the most part, you're working many hours.
That's what happened to me, anyway. This happened to me 3 months after getting employed by my first company. I was basically as new in this trade as one could get. I was driving from southern New Jersey to Lafayette, Indiana, a 12-hour drive. 12 hours driving might not seem that crazy, but factor in the fact that I just completed an 8-hour trip, and that should put things into perspective. I wanted to get deliveries done as quickly as possible, so I opted to drive through the night. I'd get to Lafayette just before 3 a.m. Things were going smoothly. There were virtually no other cars on the road, so I was able to push the semi a little faster than normal. About halfway through the drive, I remember reaching down at the center console to chug a Red Bull, but there weren't any. Of course, I had forgotten to restock my truck after completing my previous delivery. After slapping my dashboard a few times, I groaned in frustration, knowing I'd have to stop somewhere. There was nothing I hated more than having to make stops during my drives.
No.
I might be unique in this, but I always get exponentially more tired when my vehicle is immobile, even if I'm only stopped for like 20 seconds. After glancing up at the navigation, I figured I had no choice. Either fall asleep on the road, or stop and get an energy drink. In my brain, those options were pretty much equivalent. Reluctantly, I pulled into the first service stop I saw. I had literally no clue where I was, probably somewhere in Ohio at this point. Too late, I realized this wasn't actually a service stop. It was what looked like an abandoned gas station and a repurposed convenience store. I'm not sure if there's any better way to describe it. Either way, it looked...
Alright, look. I will tell you guys this, man. Alright, not everything is a Circle K. Not everything is a 7-Eleven. With a lot of great lighting and stuff like that, dog. Try this, homie. You get out there, there are some, you know, those small gas stations, those small convenience stores with little to no lighting, but sometimes that's all there is, dog, and it's kind of like in the middle of nowhere. So I understand what he's saying. I don't really like stopping when I'm trucking it. The only time I stop is basically just to get off and stretch the legs, walk around the truck once or twice, get back on, and keep it moving. But that's about it. But yeah, dog, I know everybody thinks maybe, you know, huge gas stations and everything. Nah, not always, dog. So so yeah, that's definitely a thing, Holmes.
like there was another quick stop store not far up the road, so I figured I'd go there if anything. I parked the semi and made my way over to the first convenience store. To be completely honest, I was expecting one of two things to happen. Either the place would be open or the door would be locked. You can imagine my surprise then when the door swung open into a pitch black store. I looked around, hoping maybe I'd get lucky and there would be a drink or snack left behind. Just before I was about to turn around, my eyes adjusted to the darkness, and I picked up on a faint glow emanating from the corner of the room.
Damn that.
I made my way over to it. The glow turned out to be coming from a back room of some sort. Curiosity got the better of me. I opened the door slowly. To my pleasant surprise, there was a plugged-in refrigerator against the wall. Eagerly, I opened the door, but found nothing. Literally nothing. The shelves had literally been removed, like the whole appliance had been gutted. As I was shutting the door, I was 90% certain I heard a clatter from the main room, like something hitting the floor.
Damn.
I froze for a good 10 seconds. Had I imagined it? There was no way. Quietly, I walked back into the main room and looked around. Nothing. Part of me wanted to keep investigating. I didn't have time for this, though. I walked out the entrance door and basically jogged to the other shop. It was open, thank God. I paid for my drink and made it back to my truck. Something about this whole stop felt wrong. I needed to get back on the road as soon as possible. I took one last glance at the abandoned store and noticed the door was now open. I was 100% positive I had shut it behind me. It wasn't my job to figure out what was going on here, though. So I started the engine and merged my semi back onto the highway. The caffeine started kicking in and snapped me out of my tired haze pretty quickly. My mind began to wander, and I started...
Wait, hang on a second, hang on. So there was another convenience store next to it, but he decided to go into the abandoned one? Or across the street, or whatever it may be? Why would he do that? I don't understand that part, dog. And not only that, when the door swung open and it was pitch black in there, like, why would you even go in? Like, again, either the store's closed or it's just abandoned. So I don't know what's up with this fool, dog.
Thinking about how bizarre that whole thing had actually been. I guess a squatter in an abandoned building wasn't the strangest thing in the world, but my brain couldn't explain that refrigerator no matter what theory I thought of. I tried to forget about it and kept driving. It was then that I started noticing weird movements in the curtain behind me. Sweat started dripping down my forehead. I watched in the rearview mirror as the curtain seemed to billow and move, even though I didn't have the air on. I thought the worst. There was someone...
Okay, alright, when he's talking about the curtain, okay, so definitely he's in a sleeper, right? So the curtain closes, right? So you can just have more privacy, man. So yeah, so when you go to the sleeper, right, at the end of your day or whenever you just want to get rest, you can close the curtain and then it cuts off right there from here, from the driver's seat, the passenger seat, to the sleeper. Now I don't know why he would have the curtain closed though. Most drivers, by far most drivers, have that curtain open all the time when they're trucking it. I don't know why you would have it closed when you're trucking it. The only time you close it is just, you know, when you're getting ready to call it a night or get a little nap or something.
In my truck. I didn't have any weapons on me or anything, so I discreetly punched in the nearest police station on my phone. The drive there was the most tense and horrifying 20 minutes of my life. I kept imagining that person reaching out to grab me or trying to crash my truck. Finally, I approached the police station. I stopped the semi as close as I possibly could get and basically ran over to the police station. In seconds, my truck was surrounded by police, and after I opened the back, what I saw was "Stay with me for life." The police pulled out 3 homeless-looking people, 2 men and 1 woman. They were wearing rags and were wrapped in nasty-looking blankets. One of the men was armed with 2 switchblades. All 3 of them refused to talk, but stared menacingly at me as they were getting cuffed. I have no idea what they wanted. I don't think I'll ever know.
Wow. Wow, man. Damn. You know, luckily for him, you know, the police station was there, right? But if not, then I'm kind of wondering what was he gonna do? again, why do you have the curtain closed? That seemed bizarre to me, dog. You truck it with the curtain closed to the sleeper. I don't know why. You know, you're just asking for a scary story. I don't know why, man. Is there any driver out there that trucks it with the curtain closed behind them? I don't think I've ever seen somebody truck it like that. But oh well, dog. Damn, man. 3 homeless people, right? Son of a gun. Yeah. I've heard of that. When you stop to put diesel, when you make any stops, you gotta lock your truck. You gotta lock it. Because, yeah, dog, somebody could hop in there, you know, and hide somewhere and just wait for you to be out in the open road, man, and, you know, attack you or something. But, yeah, you gotta, every time you get off, for whatever reason, you gotta lock the truck home. So, even if you're just gonna, you know, get off, I mean, there's been people that have just stopped to put diesel, and when they walk to the other side of the truck, somebody just hops in their truck, man, especially if they leave their truck door open. So in that case, maybe you don't have to lock it, but close the door. Definitely close the door. So you don't want somebody hopping in there, or shoot, even some wild animal. But yeah, man, what a story. As always, familia, live your life like you're on the road. Be aware of your surroundings and always keep a safe distance. Blood makes you related, but loyalty makes family. Until next time, this is Ed the Troll Trucker. Over and out.